remind me what I'm supposed to do here. I have to get on the donut and bounce left, I think. I think the goal here. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I was hoping that was the key that I had enough. Whoops. I think twirling actually stole my height, if I'm being honest. Still don't know what the strat is, though. That's gonna be the problem. Wait, can I just... Oh my gosh, we almost screwed this. Now what is my strat? I think we have to slide left and jump up on the bumper is what I'm thinking. It has to be when the wind isn't there. It's tricky. Because we only get a brief moment where the wind... Oh my word! How? And if I fail, I have to do this again. Oh boy. I must have practiced. I think the problem is I don't... Actually, there was a level where I... You didn't hear anything from me. How in the world do I do that, though? Like, actually, how in the world? Like, how do I get the necessary height? I don't have enough knowledge. Let me see. Oh no, it's because the wind caught me at that point. The wind caught me. I think I have to... So when the wind's... I have to jump before the wind. So when the wind is pulling me left... Or maybe wait for us to pulling me right and end on the right. Then I jump in, fly up, jump on the bumper. I have to do it as the wind's ending. It can't be when the wind's completely stopped. That's what's going on here. And left might be the way. In fact, I wonder if I should just sit in that second claw when it's pulling left. Because it's holding me to the left, and as soon as it stops, that might be it. Too bad I won't get to try it for like another 7 million minutes, so I guess we'll be waiting here for a bit. think my... Wow. Didn't go in that time. It's a tad annoying. I held up, so it must definitely be like a split-second fail. There we are. Almost fell down carelessly. I need to wait for the next volley. I am convinced it has something to do with leftward, but it might be at the very end of the wind. This gives me the height I need. It's at the very... I do wonder if you can just hold right. So I think the key is you need to... Yep, that was it. I was right. There we are. Oh my gosh. I see. What was that bumper? Okay. This is actually a fun ante. So you're not all merciless. I am still scared of like the 5 million pipes you have leading back to the start. This particular first section though is brutal beyond belief. And we're screwed. Wow. Oh my gosh. Never go in there when the wind's blowing to the right. That was a fatal mistake. Okay, so now I know I can relax in the room afterwards, but dang, that is some... That is so unfortunate. I guess next time just be patient and wait my chance. Now my only hope is to either wait another 8 minutes or to... Oh my word. Oh dear. Shoot. So Kaizo block in that room, and then I need to worry about a skull platform. But unfortunately, I won't get to see what that is until I can get back to that section with your nearly impossible claw bumper setup. Well, it's more so I just don't... You clearly know how you're supposed to consistently get that. I do not. So that, as you can... Oh, dear. Am I really going to sit another 8 minutes doing nothing? Because the likelihood of me finding this cheese is next to 0. Oh boy. I do not know how I keep getting pushed back. Yeah, I'll be honest. All the joy has now been taken away. Why am I doing this? There's no point. Just take me back to the start. And we'll wait another. Alright, let's see if we can not get screwed again by that one setup. The claw setup, or the launchers. Let me just test. No, there wouldn't have been enough time. Trying to figure out still. How did I do? It might have actually been holding right. No, not safe. Dang. These claws are the most tense thing I've ever seen. Are you... What? How did I not get... That is... Okay, I'm probably not one to talk given after everything I've sent you through to you now. But this is actually starting to get to the point where it's harder probably than it should be for such a ridiculous punishment. I mean, I'm trying to think in my last level. Okay, to be... Yeah, now I'm trying to weigh the consequences. We're starting to get to the point where I'm actually considering the worth of continuing this, just because of my failure right here. Because I'm horrible at figuring out these claws. I don't know the strat clearly enough. It doesn't seem particularly easy either, and the punishment is 8 minutes of my time, unless I can get that cheese that we found. And this is the first thing that you end up in after the checkpoint. At the very least in my last level, I don't think I did anything like that. I think I had a CP1, and then I had a CP1 at the very end, but I gave you a fair chance to continue the rest. I mean, to be fair, one of my parts was a getting over it. But this is more than a getting over it. But in your defense, there was one level that you couldn't beat because I made the ending have a million unfair things as well. So I'm guessing that's what inspired this. I do remember that level, and I was hesitant to bring it up, but now I kind of need to in your defense. In your defense, otherwise I'd be critiquing all day. Were it not for the fact I gave you that level, I'd probably have more complaints. Because this is starting to get to the point where it's actually become too cruel to the point I'm now actually weighing whether it's worth continuing this or not. To be fair though, I'm wondering how many times you thought that in my levels. It's a good thing that last level was very likely the last evil level I would give you, because if I don't beat this, I have a feeling you're never going to play any of my levels again. Which is why I've been giving it as fair a chance as I have. Because if I quit, I give you the right to quit too. Except for the fact that you've quit some of mine. So technically that's not true. I mean, if I ever do not make another evil level, that would be a problem. But if I have no intention of making any other evil levels, I mean, the only thing is I'd be raining on your parade by not continuing this. And also, this level is I mean, uncleared means nothing at this point. There's 2 other levels I left uncleared from the Garbo contest that I might eventually try and get your help on, but... Well, this has become Talk NA just because I need something to do while I'm waiting a million minutes for whatever this nonsense setup is. How do you consistently get through these claws? How in the world do you consistently get through these claws? I don't know which way the wind needs to be blowing for me to jump in and then for me to swing in. Because I need to get enough height on the left that I can jump on top of the donut. I need enough room that I can swing on the left by... It might be the left wind, I swing left on the donut, the right wind hits, and then I jump. Well, now that I've spent this much time, I'm definitely willing to give it another try. But unless I can find a consistent strat... Really, unless I can find a consistent strat, this is starting... I mean, I love I am permissible to your torture as much as you are to mine, but It is getting to the point where it's a little past acceptability. Hopefully I can find a consistent strat and maybe that'll even it out. Hopefully I'll even it out, because I do see you were merciful in the second room. The problem is the fact that this is the first thing means the likelihood of me being sent back is super high, which I know is what you intended. If I ever do beat this level, props to me, because this is actually insane. I mean, probably is not as cruel afterwards. Like, your auntie was merciful in the second room. The issue is this claw jump is actually infernal. I'm convinced at this point, I think we need the wind to be blowing left. We jump into the right, we fly up, hopefully before the right wind blows, and then we get a high jump onto the donut. That's the only thing I can... Right, because the wind was blowing right when I jumped onto the donut the one time I did it, which means we came after the left wind. That's something I can remember now, to my knowledge. Yeah, just like all the other setups, it does come down to me figuring out the key, which is tricky. I guess that's a learning level. Yeah, this is worse than a chemist level in every way because of the fact that it has this. I think at the very least, chemist just is all whatever you had before CP1, excluding the muncher room, which chemist usually doesn't have. And I don't think Ashton had that either. So yes, I can conclude with confidence that this is worse than a chemist level. And once again, don't worry about who chemist is, you'll be lucky if you never meet that creator. I played one of their levels, I didn't get very far. I'm amazed I even got as far as I did in this level. Alright, let's just move into the other room. I just realized that wastes precious seconds. I can say with confidence this is worse than the decimation of DGR's sanity by a milestone. Oh boy. Alright. Still not entirely convinced I can just make that jump. Ah! That was close. And I think, unfortunately, there's also some random element to this. That's not gonna work! What is this? How did you... No, of course, because you've had time to practice this without this issue. At this rate, I'm going to have to rebuild this part of the level from scratch, but that also means I'd have to quit out of this level. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you do... No, it's because you had time to practice this section on its own. So you can figure it out. I'm guesstimating. Oh my word. I hope this was your intent. Yeah, it's obviously your intention to make me Okay, looking at the time. Shoot. Well, just like my head hurts, this might also be a level that I can't beat, unfortunately. And I'd be sad to rain on your parade, because I know you want to watch me suffer more and more. The problem is, the type of suffering I'm suffering to now is, is probably not what you want anymore, because at this point I've fallen into this section way too many times, meaning I'm making no progress whatsoever. So I hope you don't blame me if I'm prepared to quit soon. And B, I forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, let's wait another 7 minutes. Oh, dear. Oh my gosh. Grab me. Yeah, when's the point? I think it also comes down to the donut, too. I don't think it's... Huh. Might be the end of the right, so I can do a full swing. Oh my gosh. Don't... Oh my gosh, if I had missed the claw there, I would have raged. Thing is, we don't want to be... I think it's from the left for sure. Come on, we can do this. What is your solution to this? I think this is a little too hard for the punishment you're giving. I have not figured out a consistent strat to this at all. Yeah, this is... If it were something I could easily dodge and get punished, I don't know. I'm not one to talk. Your intent was to make this brutal, and I understand that, so I'm not gonna critique, actually. But dang. I can't figure out for the life of me how I'm supposed to pass here. And at this point, I already did my spiel before. I'm not doing it again. I'll give this 1 or 2 more attempts, but if I can't make the claw section again, then... If I fail that claw section again... Because I've made it 1 time out of all these times, and I have no idea how I did it that 1 time. This is getting to the point where I think I may have to stop, I'm afraid. And call it quits to your revenge. I do appreciate the level, though. It's been pretty fun so far. This one part is the part that's actually messing me up. Okay, in case you happen to be listening at this point and actually watching through the seconds, I think this is going to be my last try. Because at this point we've made it to a point where I haven't figured out how to make progress. And the punishment for not making progress is an 8-minute brutal wait unless I can find that cheese, which is also brutal to find and nearly impossible to get. So yeah, I think this is going to be my last attempt. It's the lack of progress that's the issue at this point. Alright. One last try. One last jump for men. Alright. Last thing I want is to fit. You've got to be kidding me. I died not to the claw, but to the munch. We didn't even get to the claw. That. Wow. Yep, well. I'm sorry, dear Dark Ninja Oreo. I know you put all your love and care into this level, but I'm afraid, since I can't make it to the end, I cannot give you the refund that I owe you. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying. I cannot give you the refund for everything I've done, or... You know what? Point is, I did my best, but as you can see, I have not been able to make progress at all. For I think this is like the 10th or 11th time that I've failed this section. I don't think this was your intent. I think it was meant to be like one or... You know, knowing you, I think it was meant to be once or twice. I rambled on long enough. Thank you again for giving me this level. And I am so sorry that I cannot get you your refund. See you on your next stream. That was DNO's tax refund level, and as you can see, I've not made enough progress, so I'm afraid this will be it. To all who are watching, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.